Hello, it's the 28th of January 2020 and it's rather chilly today. It's meant to get down to about 1 degree C, which I think is around 33 degrees Fahrenheit. So certainly chilly by UK standards. And I've applied the protection here to the blood orange under there, you know, the miniature greenhouse cover and the net curtain on top. And down here the net curtain's over. There's actually a yuzu in here, but apparently that's frost resistant down to about -10, so that shouldn't be a problem. But got some geraniums in there, so a bit of a protection for them and trying to get them through the winter. So anyway, today I want to talk a little bit about an upcoming project that I've hopefully got in the pipeline. So I wish to expand my strawberry collection, okay? So some of you may be aware I've got a fair collection here of variety Cambridge favourite, but I really wish to expand on that. One variety that particularly interests me is Royal Sovereign, and this is what one would refer to as an old-fashioned strawberry, and apparently it has that lovely, beautiful taste that old-fashioned strawberries have. So doesn't that sound amazing? So Royal Sovereign is one variety. So if there are any varieties you people out there would recommend, anything that you'd particularly like. So I've grown many different varieties in the past. El Santa, which is, you know, quite a common commercial variety because it has good commercial qualities. Sophie, I grew 1 year. I can't think of any to hand by now, but you know, yes, I have grown a fair few strawberries at a previous location, but I've never really sort of put too much effort into it here, so I'm intending to rectify that now. So strawberries, of course, are very tasty, and you know, they tolerate the British climate very well. They can be a bit susceptible to sort of conditions if they get overly wet. I remember years ago I used to work on a strawberry farm, so you know, they're grown largely in polytunnels commercially these days in order to give you know, a higher chance of success. But all in all, they do well here in the UK climate. So if there are any varieties that you people would like to see me grow, anything you'd particularly recommend or whatever, you know, feel free to comment down below, because I'd like to hear, you know, ideas you've got, and you know, if I can get some of that variety, set them. And of course, one good thing about strawberries is they send out runners, so once you've got some, you know, you can keep propagating from that variety. So let's go outside and we'll have a little look at some of the strawberry plants I've already got. Right, so I'm growing my strawberries in containers, so I'll show you what the plants look like. So they look quite healthy actually. So you can see this is a fair sized container here, and of course because I'm growing them in containers they're going to need regular feeding, and what I'm going to be using is my liquid seaweed feed. It tends to do very well for me, that indeed does. So I've got 2 plants in here, I've got about 3 plants in here. In fact, there's more than 2 in this one now because one must have sent out a runner and rooted, so that's good. So 2 plants in there. I've got 4 or so plants up the back here. Got some plants in there, some in here, and I put these into this little container the other day, and these ones here were runners that I took. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a good thing about taking runners into pots is then you can then move them to the location where you want them to go. So this is where I took them from. You may remember what I do when I take strawberry runners is what they do at the end of the season. They put out a runner like that, and then I take the first one into a pot of compost and just weight it down with something so that it roots, and they root readily. So if you think from, I think there's 3 plants in there, something like that. Yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3 there. What I did, so I got 7 or so plants from there. I think it was 7, hang on. Yes, so 7. So next year, you know, if I get 7 again from these strawberries here, and then maybe even once I get these in, I'm still deciding where I'm going to be setting them, if they put out runners. So I should have a very good amount of Cambridge favourite strawberries come the end of the season, but I wish to expand on my collection. So a little bit about strawberry plant care. So it's not actually happened too much with these ones I've got here, but quite often what happens is you get, I'll show you here, you get like the sort of dead leaves like this come, and one good thing I think is to cut them off and just chuck them away. I've never found any damage, you know, to the plants underneath from frost damage by removing the old dead foliage. And I think that it seems to help, you know, it clogs up the plant having it there, so removing it gives it a little bit more chance, particularly, you know, the crown of the strawberry, because this is where the growth comes from, and you want to be really careful. Because I remember a few years ago, I had some strawberry plants underneath a tree, and the leaves used to, you know, go all over the crown, and of course you had to get them off, because in time, you know, they get wet, they rot down, and it can kill the strawberry plant underneath, because of course it can't breathe, if one would like to use those terms, and it sort of chokes it. So keep them nice and clear, the crowns. It's certainly a good recommendation I've found has served me very well. So yes, generally what happens with strawberries, or what I've found anyway, is, so let's say you buy the plants from wherever, you get the plants, so let's say you buy them March time, whenever the shops have got them, garden centres, whatever, you get them, put them in. You might get a few strawberries that year, but then maybe not too many, but the next year you should get some more than you did the previous year. Then the year after that you'll tend to get quite a lot, you know, provided, you know, good growing conditions. And then after the third year or so, they tend to lose their vigor a little bit, you know. So what happens is they tend to put out like loads of little smaller strawberries, something like that. May not always be the case, it might not be specific to 3 years, you know, 3, 4, then you're getting into 5. You know, they do generally recommend that you replace your strawberry plants, you know, every 3 or 4 years, that sort of thing. And there we go. So that's one good thing about you know, the strawberries putting up runners, is you can do that, you know. So if you, let's say you bought, for argument's sake, or you got hold of 10 strawberry plants, let's say, you know, the allotment's here next to you, you know, so there you go, mate, here's 10 strawberry plants or whatever. Okay, fine, good. So if I got 7 from 3 plants, you work it out, you know, you might get like 20, in excess of 20 or whatever, runners from those plants, and every year you just keep carrying on and on and on. It's very nice if you even know what varieties you're growing, because you can get like early, mid and late season and perpetual strawberries, ones that, you know, keep cropping lightly all season. So yeah, it really is some symphony. That was one variety I had before, now I remember it. So yes, anyway, so I think you get the idea what I'm planning on working on. Nice strawberry project, that's to go with the you know, all of the blueberry project and the mango project that's coming up, you know, the nectarines and the peaches and the persimmon Sharon fruit, the pomegranates, the blood orange, the apple tree, the plum tree, the pear tree, the cherry tree. Yeah, I think I've grapevines, gooseberries, raspberries, currants. There's quite a lot going on now, so I'm expecting you know, a good crop this year, and it's really not that far away now, it being January. So there we go. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and comment down below if you know, any varieties you'd like to see me grow, because I'm all ears, and as I stated the other day, I see this channel as much yours as it is mine. Take care and speak soon, and if you wish, you can check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.